How often, if we say it's a 9-month process to go from sort of early conversations with a carrier to potentially a signed contract, the fidelity of the deck and the, say, sample policies, the true underwriting rating methodology, et cetera, it gets, finer and more granular as you go. Is it okay to have an early conversation where, I don't know if it's without a deck at all, but where the deck is a conceptual deck to get feedback from the carrier early? Or do you think that spends capital with the carrier that, they're time bound, they have tough bandwidth, you should not show up and talk until you're really buttoned up and ready?
I would suggest that you could have an informal conversation. I would never share a deck to start with. I would have an informal conversation with a carrier friend, right? Somebody that I know, somebody that I could speak with to say, hey, here's what I'm trying to do. What do you think of that? And then I would take a stop, right? What I really believe, as I've said before, that when you come to marketplace, you want to have your best foot forward, and having half of that is not going to work. You're going to get a lot of smiles and nods, but at the end of the day, you're not going to get the deal. And now you've got to come back after the carrier told you you're missing half of the information that you need. Now you've got to come back. I usually call that strike two, right? Are you going to get another chance at bat, right? Is that going to happen for you? And if you do, are you tainted? Like, is it getting a little bit strained in the relationship because now the carrier has waited 4 months for you to come back with the other information? And they're like, yeah, we talked to these guys once before. They come back with it. And you kind of like, it creates like a little bit of, I'll call it fatigue, right, in the process. I prefer that MGAs come out as best as they possibly can, super strong.